I just had something on my spirit, a topic I wanted to talk about that I felt was even more prevalent now than ever, but it's always been prevalent. Learning how to take back control of your life. You see, as a human being, especially as a creature on this planet, you can't be dependent on other people outside of you to do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, each individual is going to do what's best for them before they do what's best for the next person first. No matter who goes into office, a president, it's not going to change your life. Yeah, it might change your life on a societal level, but internally, there's really no change going on. The change has to come from you, because that's the only person that could fix whatever traumas you're going through. That's the only person that could go put in the work in the gym and get that physique that you always envisioned. The essence inside of you, which is you, is the only person that can be strict and disciplined to get things done and reach goals and plateaus that they never reached before. You got to look at society in America from like a corporation aspect, as it is a corporation. As a corporation, their best interest wouldn't be the product, which is the American people. Yes, it would be the product, but it would want to make sure that the product and the service of the product, from the product, can keep up with whatever the product and service needs to be done to produce capital. It's almost like cattle. When you see a farmer and you have somebody who, has a farm of animals, and they're growing animals and they're butchering them. They keep the cattle fed, housed, healthy enough to where they could provide the service, whether if it's getting milk from the animal or etc. And then at the end of the life, they're using the body of the animal. It's the same thing with the humans and the civilians of America, because we are literally born and we're following a script, and everyone's in on this script. Go to school, but before we go to school, our parents are already embedded with the program into where they planted in us throughout our most innocent years, to where we're just feeding and taking in everything that they're, whether if it's their actions, their attributes, their movements, their habits, everything about them. We are literally a replication of them. You feel me? I look at it like 50-50. You get like 50% of this parent, 50% of that parent. And then we go to school, and then the teachers are all programmed, and then the students, your fellow students, are all programmed through their parents, and it goes on from there. And then society in itself. So it's like, you got to be strong-willed to think for yourself and question things, to even think of what's possible outside of what you're being told. Now, you have to do self-research. I'm not just necessarily speaking about opening up a book or reading things online, but a lot of like mirror work, looking within. Because anybody outside of you is only going to go so far for you. You have to go that full length, And it's almost like magical things happen when you put in work for yourself, and you start to change things, and you start to break traumas, and you start to heal, and you start to see how other people react to that and reciprocate different type of energy. It's almost like a radio, If you're on a lower frequency, your surroundings and your environment is going to match that. The people you interact with, your interactions in general. But when you go on a higher station, a higher frequency, things start to align a lot more in your favor. People, relationships, people gravitate. You're magnetic. So if you want change, not only for yourself, but for your family, you got to make that change. Society has been so distracted. We have been so dumbed down and domesticated like animals. Like I was saying, as far back as when I was speaking on the farm animals, the cattle, to where we're so reliant and dependent on the system that our return is not even in our favor worth it. Because our dependency is costing us our freedomness, our ability to craft and create on a higher level. And as animals, as creatures, we have to remember, just like you see a lion in its pack, the lion's going to take care of its family first, its cubs first, before it takes care of anybody else's, any other beings. So you always have to factor that in. It's the age of information, age of Aquarius. There's no better time than now to be in alignment, aligning yourself, than there is right now. I can't put my finger on it, but it's a feeling you could feel where you know it's real. So ultimately what I'm saying is you got to take back your life, the control of your life. The past traumas that's inside of you, no one can heal that except for you. Your bad experiences with different relationships, whether if it's spouses or family members that you have still yet to accept for what it is, simply out of your control if it's not your fault, or if it is your fault, coming to peace and forgiving not only yourself, but also being a person, an adult, and owning up to your wrongs. You have to decide to make that change. You see, nothing gets done and accomplished when there's a victim mentality. And I firmly believe why most people won't and can't take control of their life is due to the pressure and the fear and the uncomfortability of entering that territory. But you got to remember in life, when there's growth, uncomfortability is necessary, because to learn new things, you're going to feel different things. You're going to go through different emotions. But pushing past that is when the blissness comes. So, we're not chasing materialistic things anymore. We're not chasing people. We're not chasing things that are outside of ourselves. We're simply chasing control of our lives. So I challenge you. And I don't even challenge you, I recommend. Let's get back to the drawing board, and let's get back to figuring out what we need to do to make the best decisions of our lives so that we can have the best efficiency of our lives.